Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the TV6 Digital Desk live stream. My name is Molly Birch, and I'll be taking you through a recap of today's headlines. This stream runs every night starting at 8/7 Central Time from Sunday to Thursday. Feel free to comment and ask any questions you have in the chat as you feel like it, and I'll do my best to answer those questions as we go and after the stream as well. With all of that business out of the way, let's take a look at our first story for tonight. A residential and commercial building in downtown Stephenson is a total loss after a structure fire today. First responders are still working on scene hours later, or were still working on scene hours later to suppress it. Menominee Street and Railroad Street were barricaded while crews responded to the blaze, which started around 1:30 Eastern this afternoon. Staff at City Hall said the structure on fire is known as the old Solander building. TV6's Barbara Bellinger arrived on scene around 4 Eastern. She said heavy equipment was being used to pull apart the building and spray water inside, and tanker trucks were refilling at the nearby Little Cedar River. She spoke to Stephenson Fire Department Public Information Officer Jen Bastian, who said the fire started in an apartment on the upper floor of the building. Bastian said there were 4 apartments on the upper floor and 2 businesses on the street level, but the building will now be a total loss. No injuries have been reported, but 7 people will be displaced. Barbara said multiple departments were on scene, and we will have more details about this ongoing story tonight on your TV6 Night Report at 10 Eastern Time. And an Ishpeming man was hurt in a crash on US 41 near Teal Lake this morning. Around 8 o'clock, investigators say an eastbound vehicle lost control in slushy conditions and veered into the westbound lane. Let's get the right label in there for you guys. The vehicle struck a pickup head-on, then went back in the eastbound lane and struck another vehicle. The driver of the vehicle that lost control was found at fault and will be cited. He was taken to UPHS Marquette with several injuries. The man driving the pickup truck received minor injuries. And the city of Marquette's snowplows are getting some help from Domino's Pizza. Marquette is one of 3 U.S. cities selected so far in the chain's Plowing for Pizza program. The program gives cities $25,000 to help with snow removal. Along with the money, Domino's is giving the city decals and other promotional materials to put on the plows. Marquette's city manager says the money will be used to help replace the blades underneath the plows.
Those blades that go on the underbody of the plow truck are increasing in cost, and in an 8-hour shift, we burn through almost an entire blade. So it will help with that cost, which is about $50,000 and continuing to increase per year.
If you think your city might be a good fit for the program, there are still opportunities to nominate. And if you'd like to do so, you can go to uppermichigansource.com or the TV6 and Fox UP mobile news app. And Negaunee is getting a head start in the 3rd annual Blood Battle. We told you about it earlier this week on the Digital Desk live stream. It's a competition between the cities of Negaunee and Ishpeming to see who can donate the most blood to the UP Regional Blood Center. Today, residents and students gathered at the Negaunee High School auditorium to donate. Members of the school's National Honor Society hosted the drive. Negaunee's city manager says he wants to remind donors this is a good cause.
We're using our rivalries between Negaunee and Ishpeming to try to get the community to come out and support blood drives throughout the whole community because blood is extremely important, especially when you're at your most vulnerable.
Ishpeming's blood drive will take place at Ishpeming High School on January 4th. And turning to a developing story, the former director of a Marquette County nonprofit made her first court appearance today on embezzlement charges. TV6's Caden Minus goes over the charges and brings us reactions from the organization's board.
Hey, Ms. LaJeunesse?
Yes.
Samantha LaJeunesse appeared over Zoom in the Marquette County 96th District Court today. She is facing 3 felonies, 1 count of embezzlement by an agent or trustee of $20,000 or more and using a computer to commit a crime. Both have a maximum of 10 years in prison. She is also charged with illegal sale or use of a financial device, which can result in up to 4 years in prison. An investigation was launched after a GINCC board member filed a complaint with the Ishpeming Police Department on September 27. We have received a copy of that case report from the police. According to the report, the member told police that an estimated $30,000 was missing from the GINCC bank account. They said the bank told them the charge was not fraudulent and the payments were authorized. The member says the GINCC only had one debit card, which was in La Jeunesse' possession. Detectives found from the end of August through September several charges totaling $26,650 were sent to Caesars Casino. The report states the charges were, quote, most likely charges on an app. The GINCC board member also said there was a previous incident in June in which $4,100 was sent to DraftKings. The member said this was shortly after La Jeunesse was hired as the director. The member said the charge to Caesars Casino resulted in the chamber only having $500 in closing. Police interviewed La Jeunesse on October 2nd. She said she first heard about the drained bank account on September 25th and put a hold on the card. She told police that she had been having problems with her phone since she started as director and she believed it was hacked. A warrant for La Jeunesse's arrest was issued on November 15. La Jeunesse turned herself in the next day. GINCC Secretary Nate Heffron confirmed she has been terminated from her position.
We are not in the process currently right now of hiring a new executive director. We're still looking at what our options might be, and we're not sure what those are at this time, but we are having a meeting next week to discuss that further.
In a written statement to TV6, La Jeunesse's attorney said he is still reviewing the evidence and investigating these complex allegations. La Jeunesse is scheduled for a preliminary hearing on December 28. Caden Minus, TV6 News, Marquette.
Thank you, Caden. And today, troopers from the Michigan State Police Calumet Post spent their time working to positively impact the community ahead of the holidays. The troopers collected non-perishable food items for pantries in the Copper Country for their Stuff a Blue Goose event. Troopers met at Larry's Market in Baraga from 1 to 4 in the afternoon. One trooper says this event wouldn't be possible without the community.
They put together these bags of groceries. They're pre-made bags, roughly $20, sometimes more, worth of groceries in the bags. They can be purchased for $10 by the customers. At the end of the day, we take all the bags that are purchased, we load them into our patrol cars, the Blue Goose, and we deliver them to the local food pantries.
The MSP says they want to thank the community for making sure everyone has something to eat this holiday season. And you have just over 24 hours to make your final bids in the Keweenaw Holiday Hoopla's silent online auction. The auction is hosted by the Keweenaw Economic Development Alliance and Copper Shores Community Health Foundation. 50 items will be up for bidding, including handcrafted items made by Copper Country ISD and high school CTE students. Proceeds from the auction and Hoopla will be used to provide scholarships of $1,000 each to multiple graduating seniors from Western UP schools.
Jobs that these kids are getting training for are jobs that they're important in our area and important in our region. It's supported by these scholarships.
The Hoopla runs from 6 to 9 in the evening tomorrow, with the auction closing at 8. And this Saturday, you can find Santa Claus and the Grinch shopping at the Westwood Mall Christmas Market. This is the third year of the Westwood Mall Christmas Market. There will be coffee and hot cocoa, candy makers, bakers, and many other small businesses and vendors. The Christmas Market event coordinator says this is a good opportunity for vendors and for those who still need to shop.
It's a great way to get out of the house and get something unique and special and handmade for the loved ones that you have in your family that you're still shopping for.
The Christmas market is from 10 in the morning to 6 in the evening at the Westwood Mall on Saturday. Santa will be there from noon to 5, and the Grinch will be there from 3 to 5. And for our final story tonight on the TV6 Digital Desk live stream, an Ishpeming woman is looking for donations to Pajama Palooza. Every year, Addie Lemire collects pajamas for families in need. She calls it Pajama Palooza. This year, she hopes to donate 1,000 pairs of pajamas. As of today, she only needs about 100 pairs to reach her goal. Lemire says to get involved, you can donate pajamas or share the Pajama Palooza Facebook page.
There's Ishpeming, Gwen, and Marquette that have different places where you can drop off pajamas. Every single pair counts. So even if you can only afford to get one pair, or if you can't afford to get a pair of pajamas, share the page. So the more word that we can get out, the more people that can help.
If you want to donate a pair of pajamas, go to uppermichigansource.com or the TV6 and Fox UP mobile news app to find a drop-off location near you. And that's all the stories we have for you tonight. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night where I'll be here in the same place at the same time. That's 8/7 Central Time with a recap of tomorrow's headlines. You can find us streaming on Facebook or YouTube, whichever platform you'd prefer. And if you have a story idea you think we should report on, feel free to contact us at any time. These are a few easy ways to get a hold of both myself and others in the newsroom. And again, you can contact us at any time. We would love to hear from you and your story ideas with what's happening in your community. Thank you all again for joining me live at the TV6 Digital Desk. Have a great rest of your night.